So up until roughly a few days ago when my friend Zach went on holiday, I was meeting up with him several times a week, 2, 3, sometimes 4 times a week. And we'd almost always get coffee from Starbucks, sometimes twice a day. And as I showed him one of my other videos, we eventually ended up getting a big set of, I believe it was 9 different coffees from around the world from Whittards and Chelsea, so really quite strong coffees. And other than that, I've been very occasionally having cans of Coke, cans of Fine Brew. We ended up getting a tea, a little whiskey tea thing. Whenever I was in Whittards or Chelsea, I had at least a good cup and a half just from their samples, the vast majority of which are caffeinated teas. And because of this, I've become really dependent on caffeine. Although the kind of negative effects of the caffeine of the coffee that I've been drinking, the tea and so on, hasn't really become fully apparent to me until quite recently. I'll just float around here for a while. Hasn't become too apparent to me until quite recently, as again with him going away, with me trying to kind of cut down on it, really quit it. I've been going through a series of about a day, maybe a day and a half of withdrawal, which has caused me to be quite depressed, quite down. And then I get back on it, whether it be usually the kind of whiskey tea I got, or even a little can of Coke or a can of Iron Brew. And I end up going from being extremely kind of like depressed, lethargic, down, to, on the contrary, still being quite depressed, still being quite down, but being kind of highly neurotic, not being able to really focus on anything, not really having a clear mind, having my emotions completely scattered. And I've really been like this for even since when he was here, because I tried to kind of quit caffeine just before he left. So really for the past week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks, I've been feeling these side effects. But it's only really been since he's fully left, and it's just kind of been me myself that I've been going through this again quite harsh cycle. And again, it's been brutal. It's been really messing with my sleep schedule. Usually I go to bed at the same time, I get up at the same time. Over the past few nights, sometimes I'm up at 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. One night I was up at 3 in the morning just pacing. I literally could not fall asleep. Some nights I get 6 hours of sleep, some nights I get 9 hours, nearly 10 hours sleep. I can't predict when I get up. It's just wreaking complete havoc. So I suppose you could say this video is a kind of intervention, but I'm going to throw out the whiskey tea when I get home. It's, even if I say this right now, there's a little voice in my head saying kind of one more cup. I really enjoy the taste. It's quite a unique tea. It'll probably be the last time I get to taste it, but I've said that over half a dozen times now. I say that when I get a Coke, I say that when I get an Iron Brew, just the last one, I don't even really want to drink it, I just want to kind of taste it, have that taste in my mouth. And of course, if you buy a can of Coke, you're not just going to taste it, you will drink it. Same with an Iron Brew, you make yourself a cup of tea, you taste it, every sip is a taste, and then it's gone. So yeah, I was going to say for better for worse, but definitely for better. I'm going to have to throw out the tea, and I'm just going to have to go for a complete detox off it, a complete withdrawal off it. I don't know how long that's going to take fully, but I suspect that the next few days I'm going to be quite depressed, I'm going to be quite kind of down, quite lethargic, but that's not a quarter, that's not a fifth as bad as how it is when I'm kind of not drank it for half a day, drinking it, not going back and forward, so I'll be fine. And hopefully by this time next week I'll be fully recovered, or mostly recovered for the most part. My sleep schedule will be normal again. I won't be going through a series of the kind of depression and lethargy and then depression and neuroticism. I won't feel absolutely insane. I won't feel crazy. I won't feel everything all at once. I'll actually be able to concentrate on things, sit down and do something. But yeah, I really think this has been a proper kick in the teeth to me. I've talked about caffeine quite a few times in this channel. I talked about it particularly near the beginning of the channel when I was just making it, and kind of my history with it, but I have to say that what I've been experiencing just recently has to be by far the worst. It's by far the worst experience I've ever had with caffeine. Again, just going from drinking Starbucks, drinking coffee basically every single day, even getting it, and God, I say that and I really want a cup. I really want iced mocha. I want one of it's almost like an iced coffee milkshake drink. I want some kind of iced coffee, just absolutely delicious. Just any kind of iced coffee, as I say this. You know, with that voice in my head, but yeah, going from kind of that to where I am at the moment, it's made me realise that, again, as much as I've talked about it, just how big of an impact caffeine has on my psychology, just how severe it is, just how potent it is. I think I might be particularly susceptible to it, but again, either way, it is what it is. It's completely wrecking me emotionally. I can't get to sleep, and then when I can get to sleep, I can't wake up, and then when I wake up, I can't do anything because I'm lethargic and depressed and neurotic and depressed. I really have to quit it. As I says, it's been a kick in the teeth, and this is just a really kind of strong intervention for me, regardless of what happens going forward. I'm throwing that tea in the bin. I'm getting rid of it completely. I'm having no more Starbucks, no more coffee, no more cans of Coke, no more Iron Brew. Doesn't matter if I'm going out with Zach or another friend or with my fiance. Again, just realising the kind of impact it's had on me, knowing how kind of concentrated and how kind of good my mental health was before I did this. Again, it's completely untenable. I feel like any excuse I make, any kind of a single cup of tea, a single coffee from Starbucks, a single Coke, it's just going to make me spiral, really. Maybe I can have an exception for my birthday or something similar, but in terms of going out myself or even meeting up with someone new or meeting up with a previous friend, my fiance, again, it's completely untenable. Anyhow, I'm rambling a little bit, but that is the conclusion of the video. Right now, I'm just away to get my tent and stuff. I'm going to move it to the... I actually saw I was in the train tracks. You've not actually showed this little bit of my channel. I'm not all that familiar with it, to be honest, but... yeah, I'm going to move that to the closer bridge. And hopefully I'll be comfier there, things will be better there. But yeah, that is the gist of it.